Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. Sounds like he thinks she does, despite your heart growing dark. There's nothing as powerful as a Mooma's love. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this magic. He claims it's just the force of life, the existence of energy. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. You need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the... They're hiding in the glitter grass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where... One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able... You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his Octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree is... His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and... Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the Tribe War and the situation with the World Eaters. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but he worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even if the Tree of Life survives the attack. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
There's Out-of-Date again. He must have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the... Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is... The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play. Myriad is convinced that defeating the World Eaters is the only way the world can be saved, but they've been forced to focus on... Out-of-Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've restroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem. Let's see. Getting swole. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Cautions you that the Sifu may be a little impatient today.
Zata is the moi tloho. Kariesne statse. Paro, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew.
Perfetto. Tada.
He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself.
Dolo.
The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunk,
Mali muzami kariesne statse.
the wall that separates them from the other side, the waste.
Ale, ne statsne okoni. Is de moi
He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves.
onis purenos odlisini. Orsekali.
There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling.
Novi. Orsekali. Yeti rekle.
Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages.
Naoko onis poloknost. Paro. Ives yeti rekli dekle.
Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons, the boomerang, the shuriken.
Yaput. Ives yeti rekli dekle.
The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land and there are rivals in all directions.
Vusesi vlada. Naoko onis poloknost.
Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes. And
Zum ilem dat nete. O skuni.
he wasn't sure you'd do that. But it seems your mind took control of that.
Tankremo. Zivo. Tunzadne.
The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident.
Oko skuni. Zenakas pripad snatste.
The myriad are too good to be true. They might believe in the greater good and a code of honor, but uniting the tribes and saving the Tree of Life won't change anything.
Igleze. Naoko kiza.
Their kin must put an end to the war before war puts an end to them. It'll cost bruises and broken bone, but
Igleze. Padafu uflete.
they have no intention of letting this drag out, or they'll run the risk of teaching the enemy their art of war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen.
Nestatsne okoni. Padafu uflete.
Even if you see the world differently, you must hit them as soon and as hard as you can.
Nestatsne okoni. Zanamach. Zivo.
Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts, and
Perfetta.
once you've conquered the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu for control of their territory, tribe weapon, and kin.
Perfetta. Zivo. Orsekali.
The only kin who count are the kin that are left standing at the end of the war. Let's focus.
Orsekali.
Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village.
Nibira o apinosko.
Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared.
O zivot.
He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and
Novi. Naoko onis poloknost.
Anyway, you'll pass your old village on your way to the first rival outpost, but we've got no time to be sentimental. War doesn't...
Perfetta. Yaput.
It's always the little things you remember, and with you it's pretty much the only thing he The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. Sharp. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Goop says he always does better whenever he leaves failure behind. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now. He says that wasn't too bad, was it? Way to go. Don't let the sound of the waves drown out your spirit. But you need practice. Lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. He knows that's not true. You've just made up your mind you're not. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. She's not unhappy with your progress, but you still have a lot to prove. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She says that's good. With a passion for learning, you'll never cease to grow. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important. It's your own future you're risking by not caring for the environment. The next generation will pay for the mistakes of the last. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He says you don't really need He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. Gizmo doesn't mind sharing. What's his is yours. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Betty?
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Pialtuma asadurutu.
You'll continue to build on the basics.
Yo no massa manbarut.
She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone.
Deret asil natu.
That's all she's ever asked of you, that you'll try and give it your...
Urasa durut. Asana yotutupu.
You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her.
Kanamunta. Andro? Antoro.
Then start by meeting her on the village square and take it from there. She knows you're a... They look determined. Better watch out.
Totogo.
He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going.
Shandu Shitoru se
He's not scared of anything, least of all you.
Matualele.
There's no way they'll let you pass.
Silele.
He wants to know who you think you are.
Silele.
You'll have to face pain at some point. He offers to help you get it over with.
Tukonda.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Anora kapapum.
She says it's nice of you to consider them, but they have weapon training at sunrise tomorrow, so they'll need all the rest they can get.
Kialdo male kanaru tuno.
The most important thing is that you're...
Kala.
It's time to focus on your training now.
Kanyala no toro. Ruhemu tuno.
You won't need excuses if you are strong in your conviction.